Have you ever wondered what makes each member of the royal family's wardrobe so distinctive? The answers range from surprisingly strict dress codes to genuinely personal style choices. Let's go through every member of the royal family and find out what their signature looks really mean. King Charles. King Charles has worn the same style of suit for over 5 decades. He orders his double-breasted suits exclusively from Anderson & Shepherd on Savile Row, and he's been doing so since 1971. The cut hasn't changed. He insists on the same high-waisted, wide-lapelled style that was fashionable when he first started wearing them. His obsession with sustainability means he repairs rather than replaces. He's been photographed wearing the same navy blazer for 30 years, with elbow patches added and re-added over time. Staff have reported that he asks them to save buttons and fabric scraps from worn-out garments, so repairs match perfectly. The pocket squares are never accidental. Charles coordinates them specifically with his ties, and he owns over 500 ties, many hand-painted. When meeting world leaders, he'll choose ties that reference their country: tartans for Scotland, Welsh daffodils for Wales. His shoes tell their own story. He's worn the same pair of brown Oxford brogues from John Lobb since 1971. They've been resold at least 15 times. He genuinely believes breaking in new shoes is wasteful when old ones can be maintained indefinitely. Queen Elizabeth II. The Queen's signature look was engineered for visibility. She told her designers she needed to be seen from a distance, which is why she wore bright block colors, never prints that would blur from far away. Her dressmaker, Angela Kelly, kept a color chart with every shade the Queen had worn to avoid repetition at events. Her hats had a practical rule. Brims couldn't extend past her shoulders so people could see her face, and they couldn't dip below her eyebrows. She commissioned about 3 new hats per week during her working years. Milliners knew she'd reject anything too trendy. The handbag was her secret signaling device. She carried the same style, Launer bag, for 60 years. Always black patent leather. When she placed it on the table during dinner, staff knew she wanted the event to end within 5 minutes. Moving it from one arm to another meant she wanted to be rescued from a conversation. Her shoes were equally practical. She wore the same Anello and Davide low heels in black patent leather, and her dresser would break them in for her by walking around the palace for weeks before the Queen wore them. She owned hundreds of pairs, but they were all identical. Prince Philip wore the same style of suit from 1947 until his death. He ordered them from John Kent, a small Savile Row tailor, and specified lightweight wool because he ran hot. His suits lasted decades because he took meticulous care of them. Staff reported finding him brushing his own jackets. His naval background showed in everything. He preferred crisp white shirts, always with French cuffs for cufflinks. The cufflinks were rotated from a collection of about 40 pairs, many gifts from foreign dignitaries. He wore the same style of plain black Oxford shoes for 70 years. The military uniforms were his signature at formal events. He accumulated so many medals and honors over his lifetime that his uniform jackets had to be specially tailored with reinforced shoulders. He wore his Admiral of the Fleet uniform most frequently. Despite being offered higher honorary ranks, he always felt the Admiral title was his most genuine. Queen Camilla has worn Bruce Oldfield and Anna Valentine almost exclusively for 2 decades. Her wardrobe is built around neutral tones: creams, beiges, navy, and soft blues. She avoids black except for mourning because she thinks it's too harsh. Every dress comes with a matching coat because British weather is unpredictable. Her signature piece is actually her jewelry. She layers it heavily: stacked bracelets, multiple rings, long pearl necklaces. Unlike other royals who follow the remove one accessory rule, Camilla adds one more. She inherited some pieces from the Queen Mother and wears them frequently, especially a diamond and sapphire bracelet she wears almost daily. The shoes are always nude, patent leather pumps from sole to heel. She orders them in bulk from Russell and Bromley. Staff say she has at least 50 pairs of the exact same style because she finds them comfortable and they work with everything. Her handbags rotate between 3 styles, all structured, all neutral, all Launer like the late Queen's. She's been photographed with the same caramel-colored bag for over 15 years. When asked about it, she said she saw no reason to change something that worked. Prince William's everyday uniform is remarkably simple. He wears navy blazers from Gives and Hawks with light blue button-downs and chinos. The chinos are always in neutral tones, stone, navy, or gray. Staff report he owns at least 20 pairs of essentially identical chinos. His shoes are brown suede loafers from Crockett & Jones, and he's been wearing the same style since university. He replaces them when they're completely worn through, but otherwise wears them until they're molded to his feet. He's been photographed in scuffed shoes numerous times because he doesn't care about breaking in new pairs. For formal events, he wears double-breasted navy suits almost exclusively. Unlike his father's vintage cut, Williams are modern and slim-fitting from Savile Row tailors. He rotates between 2 or 3 suits and wears them repeatedly without concern. The military uniforms matter most to him. As a former search and rescue pilot, he wears his RAF uniform with genuine pride. When he wears his Blues and Royals uniform for ceremonial occasions, staff note that he's meticulous about the details, every button polished, every crease sharp. Princess Catherine's signature look evolved from fashion-forward to timeless classic. She wears Alexander McQueen for major events. They've dressed her for everything from her wedding to her return after cancer treatment. Sarah Burton, the designer, creates pieces specifically with Catherine's height and frame in mind. The relationship is deeply personal now. Her coat dresses have become iconic. She owns them in every color, always tailored to hit just below the knee, always with a modest neckline. The formula never varies because it photographs beautifully and looks appropriate for any royal engagement. She's worn the same burgundy Paul Caw coat dress to at least 6 different events over 12 years. The nude pumps are her trademark. She wears Gianvito Rossi or Emmy London in the exact same shade of nude patent leather for almost every appearance. She orders them with non-slip soles added and has the insides padded. Staff say she has at least 30 pairs and rotates them to avoid wearing through any single pair too quickly. Her jewelry is surprisingly minimal. She wears the same Kiki McDonough blue topaz earrings constantly. They're her everyday pair. The more significant pieces are saved for major events. When she wears Diana's sapphire engagement ring, she pairs it with matching Diana jewelry pieces to create a cohesive look. Prince Harry's style became noticeably more Californian after moving to America. He wears linen shirts untucked, chinos or jeans, and suede sneakers from brands like Loro Piana. Before the move, he wore traditional blazers and ties for almost every public appearance. The shift was dramatic. His military uniforms were his signature pieces in the UK. He wore his Blues and Royals uniform with obvious pride and was particular about maintaining it perfectly. After stepping back from royal duties, losing the right to wear military uniform at ceremonial occasions was reportedly devastating to him. The casual Harry wears gray and navy almost exclusively. He owns multiple versions of the same outfit: gray polo shirt, navy chinos, brown suede shoes. In California, he's been photographed in the same faded blue jeans and white sneakers dozens of times. He's clearly found a comfortable formula. His one consistent luxury is watches. He wears a Rolex Explorer 2 that belonged to his mother and rotates between that and an Omega Seamaster. They're the only flashy elements in an otherwise understated wardrobe. Meghan Markle. Meghan's royal wardrobe was characterized by breaking subtle rules. She wore off-the-shoulder gowns when other royals kept their shoulders covered. She chose black often when other royals wore colors. Her choices felt deliberately modern against the traditional backdrop. Her signature pieces were all neutrals: camel coats from Max Mara, black Althusara suits, navy Givenchy dresses. She wore expensive pieces but kept them simple and unfussy. The lack of embellishment was the statement. Every outfit looked like it could appear in a boardroom or on a yacht. The shoes were always pointed toe pumps in nude or black, usually Aquazzura or Manolo Blahnik. She wore heels several inches higher than Catherine typically chose, despite being nearly the same height. The effect was noticeably more fashion-forward. Her jewelry mixed high and low in a way that felt distinctly non-royal. She'd wear Cartier love bracelets stacked with $30 pieces from Missoma. The Diana aquamarine ring she wore to her wedding reception became her signature piece, large, statement-making, impossible to miss. Princess Anne wears the same style she's worn since the 1970s. Her wardrobe consists of structured coat dresses and skirt suits in bright, solid colors. She works with designer Stuart Parvin, but the silhouettes haven't changed in decades. She doesn't follow fashion and seems proud of it. Her most iconic piece is her hair. She's worn the same updo since 1973. Not updated, not modernized. It requires the same technique, the same pins, the same half-hour of work each morning. Her former lady-in-waiting said Anne has never questioned whether to change it. The boots are practical cavalry boots from Duchess. She wears them for countryside events and often visible under long skirts at public appearances. They are broken in to perfect comfort, and she replaces them reluctantly. She owns several identical pairs in different states of wear. Her jewelry is all inherited. She wears pieces from Queen Mary, Queen Elizabeth, and Princess Margaret. She's particularly attached to a pearl necklace that belonged to her grandmother and wears it at least weekly. Unlike other royals who rotate extensively, Anne keeps to her favorite pieces obsessively. Prince Edward has perfected understated royal dressing. He wears single-breasted navy suits from Savile Row, always paired with simple ties in solid colors or minimal patterns. His look is so consistent that he's rarely photographed for fashion. There's nothing noteworthy to comment on. His signature is actually how unremarkable his wardrobe is. While Charles wears vintage cuts and William experiments with casual wear, Edward maintains the most traditional middle-ground royal style. Navy suit, white shirt, burgundy tie. Repeat. Staff joke that he could get dressed in the dark. For theatrical events, he has deep ties to theater. He'll occasionally wear velvet blazers or more adventurous ties. These moments stand out precisely because they're so rare. A patterned pocket square counts as bold for Edward. His one distinctive choice is his glasses. He wears classic tortoiseshell frames that he's barely updated in 20 years. They're simple, professional, and completely forgettable, which seems to be exactly his intention. Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. Sophie has developed the most cost-conscious royal wardrobe. She rewears pieces constantly and shops at mid-range brands like ME plus EM, Susanna, and Amelia Wickstead alongside her custom pieces. She wore a Zara dress to a state banquet and was praised for it. She genuinely seems to enjoy proving expensive isn't necessary. Her signature look is elegant simplicity. She favors midi dresses in solid colors with minimal embellishment. The cuts are always flattering, but never trendy. She's avoided every major fashion trend of the past 2 decades. No statement sleeves, no cutouts, no dramatic hemlines. The accessories are her secret weapon. She wears relatively simple clothes, but adds beautiful jewelry, often pieces she's borrowed from the late Queen's collection. A plain navy dress becomes memorable with the right tiara or necklace. She understands that in royal dressing, the jewels are often more important than the dress. Her shoes are almost always nude or matching her outfit exactly. She works with Emmy London and Gianvito Rossi primarily. Unlike Catherine, she doesn't make her shoes a signature. They're meant to disappear and let the outfit read as one cohesive piece. Princess Beatrice had a fashion crisis moment with her infamous royal wedding fascinator in 2011. Since then, she's become surprisingly stylish. She wears a mix of designer pieces, the vampire's wife dresses, self-portrait, Peter Pilato, with high street finds from Zara and Maj. The mix feels genuine rather than calculated. Her signature pieces are actually her accessories. She loves statement bags from brands like Jimmy Choo and Valentino. The bags are often the most expensive part of her outfit. She'll wear a simple dress but carry a $2,000 handbag. It's become her recognizable formula. The prints and patterns set her apart from other royals. While Catherine and Sophie wear solid colors almost exclusively, Beatrice embraces florals, geometric patterns, and color blocking. She wore a hot pink fascinator to the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee when everyone else was in pastels. She's not afraid of fashion risks. Her evening wear is where she takes the biggest chances. She wore a Roxanda gown with asymmetrical color blocking to a state dinner. She's worn sequined mini dresses to charity events. Among the working royals, she's the most likely to wear something actually trendy. Princess Eugenie's style is more conservative than her sister's, but still more adventurous than senior royals. She favors designers like Erdem, Peter Pilotto, and Amelia Wickstead. Her choices lean feminine: florals, pastels, structured A-line dresses. The vibe is polished rather than edgy. Her wedding dress made a statement by showing her scoliosis surgery scars deliberately. The backless design was her idea. She wanted the scars visible. It was the boldest fashion choice any royal has made, not for style, but for meaning. The dress was by Peter Pilotto and Christopher DeVos. Her everyday style includes jeans and blazers, often with statement jewelry. She wears layered necklaces and stacked rings. She's less minimal than the senior royals, and it shows in how she accessorizes. More is not a problem for Eugenie. The one luxury she indulges is handbags. Like her sister, she carries designer bags: Chanel, Gucci, Valentino. She's been photographed with the same burgundy Gucci bag dozens of times. It's clearly a favorite piece she returns to constantly. Zara Tindle. Zara's royal wardrobe is the least royal. She wears high street brands almost exclusively: Boden, Rice, sometimes Zara. For someone with her wealth, the choices are surprisingly accessible. She's been photographed in the same Boden coat for over a decade and doesn't seem to care. Her signature is actually her lack of formality. She wears jeans and boots to events where other royals wear dresses. At racing events, she's an Olympic equestrian. She wears practical country clothing rather than fashion statements. Barber jackets, Wellington boots, quilted gilets. She dresses for the activity, not the cameras. When she does dress up, it's for racing events. She wears fascinators and structured dresses to Royal Ascot and the Cheltenham Festival. These are her moments to embrace traditional formal wear. The rest of the time, she's in athletic wear or country casuals. Her jewelry is minimal. She wears her wedding rings and occasionally simple earrings. No tiaras. She's never worn one publicly, despite being the Queen's granddaughter. She seems to actively avoid looking too royal. Prince George's outfits are chosen entirely by Catherine, and they follow a strict traditional formula. He wears shorts and knee socks for every formal appearance until he's about 8 years old. This is traditional for upper-class British boys. Long trousers aren't worn until later childhood. His signature look is the same outfit in different colors: collared shirt, shorts, knee socks, shoes. The color palette rotates between navy, white, pale blue, and occasionally red. The style hasn't varied once since his first official photos. Rachel Riley and trotters provide most of his clothes. For very formal events, he wears miniature suits that mirror his father's style: navy blazer, light blue shirt, dark trousers. At the late Queen's funeral, he wore a navy suit that was essentially a child-sized version of William's outfit. The matching was clearly intentional. His one distinctive piece is his hair. He wears it in a side part, clearly combed and maintained. It's the same style William wore as a child. The similarity in their childhood photos is striking and obviously deliberate. Princess Charlotte's wardrobe is also entirely Catherine's choices, but she has more variety than George. She wears smocked dresses from Amaya Kids and Rachel Riley for formal events, always in traditional styles that could have been worn 50 years ago. Catherine is committed to classic children's fashion. Her signature look is the floral dress with cardigan combination. She's worn variations of this outfit dozens of times, different floral prints, different cardigan colors, but the same basic formula. Add white socks and Mary Jane shoes, and the outfit is complete. For cold weather, she wears the same style of coat dress George wore at her age. The pieces are often custom versions of adults' coats, miniature Catherine outfits. At the Queen's funeral, Charlotte wore a small version of her mother's black coat dress and matching hat. The coordination was precise. Her hair is always worn with ribbons or small bows. Catherine puts them in carefully, never headbands, always ribbons tied into bows. The detail is distinctly old-fashioned and clearly deliberate. It's part of establishing Charlotte's traditional classic image. Prince Louis gets the most relaxed wardrobe because he's the youngest. He wears the same shorts and polo shirt combination as George, but Catherine seems less concerned about his clothes being pristine. He's been photographed with grass stains, rumpled collars, and untucked shirts. he's allowed to be messy. His signature moments are actually his accessories, or lack of them. He rarely wears socks even when George does. His shoes are often scuffed. His hair is less carefully styled than George's was at the same age. The relaxed approach might be Catherine being less strict with her third child. For formal events, he wears the same traditional shorts and shirts as George, but in slightly younger styles. More playful colors, buttons instead of collars occasionally. The outfits still read as traditional, but with a softer edge. His personality shows through, despite the controlled wardrobe. He's been photographed making faces, refusing to wave, sitting on the ground during formal events. The clothes say, "proper royal child," but Louis himself tells a different story. What becomes clear looking at the royal family's signature outfits is just how deliberately each person curates their image. Charles repairs the same suits for decades, while Meghan deliberately broke traditional rules. Catherine built an entire wardrobe around one shade of nude pumps, while Zara actively avoids looking too royal. For all their palaces and privilege, when it comes to getting dressed, the royals use their clothes to tell us exactly who they want to be. Which of these surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe to see more like this.